Welcome to the 90-Day Broadcast Show.
Hi, this is Krista Renee, and welcome to the 90-Day Podcast Show. This is my third podcast, and today I'm talking about me personally. I'm talking about me and my 90-day dealing with my new employment. On February 3rd, I gotten laid off from CareCentrix, which is a third-party insurance company, downtown Hartford. And on February 17th, I interviewed for a customer care agent position at Last Parking, and I got hired, and my start date was March 1st. And at Last Parking, we deal with lots and street and meter permits and citations. I really do like my new job. With that being said, I'm giving myself 90 days to learn, to see how much I've learned within a 90-day date span. Within that 90 day, I would take each month and see how much I've grasped on what is my strongest skills and qualities, opposed to what are my weakest skills and qualities. And I would work on what's weak and continue to build on what is strong. Currently, my strongest strategies are continuing to take on the materials, bring them home, and study them. So when I come back the next day, I'm prepared, I'm more alert, I'm ready, I'm focused. The weakest is learning everything in the navigation of just different programs and software of the program, not of the program, just the navigation of different sites. Everything is there in front of you. It's just different selections. But once you got it, you got it. Everything is there in front of you, everything you need to say. And if you ever worked in customer care, if you ever work in a call center environment, you usually have a script that you normally would go by. So each parking lot or each city or location that pops up comes up with a script that, you would say. And it's more of a self-help guide in a way. It's very software. It's very, how would I say? As far as the material, it's easy to read. It's not complicated. It's just when people call, okay, all right, they're calling regarding this. Like I said, it's just the navigation part. Okay, I know I need to pull up this citation or license plate number. Now it's just moving around and just knowing what to say, keeping it short but straight to the point, keeping your notes or your summary short but straight to the point, reading what's there. You don't have to think about what needs to be said because everything is there. But once you're in your comfort zone and once you got it, you got it. So like I said, I started March 1st. Today is March 19th. Yeah, today is March 19th. So I only been there for in training for 19 days. So it has not been a complete 30-day yet, as of yet. And I had my days where I felt like, oh my God, Crystal, are you going to get it today? So I had my days. And part of my learning is if I'm struggling with learning something, what I'll do is I'll take that material home, like I do all my materials, and I'll rewrite it, because rewriting things help you retain a lot of what you rewrite. Even though it's all there, but it might sound weird, but it helps you retain a lot of what is required and what's important, or what you might overlook just by you rewriting the whole thing. And trust you me, I'm dealing with a lot of different locations. So it's, like I said, it's totally different from the health industry, where you're dealing with maybe one or two health plans and then that's it. You just have to know those health plans ins and out, opposed to learning multiple sites and just knowing different information. But like I said, all the information populates right there in front of you. It's just the navigation part and knowing what to say. And they call the customers Parkers. Each Parker's situation might just be different. And just knowing what to say and how to say it. So, I find it very challenging. And today I took 2 calls towards the end of the day, of course, with someone shadowing me. And that's always a scary thing. So Monday, on the 22nd of March, when I go back into training, I would be on calls again, taking more calls again with someone shadowing me to get me back into, being more comfortable, because eventually I will be working on my own, and eventually I'll be working from home. So before I could get to that point of working from home, I want to feel as comfortable as possible, and I want to develop that know-how to know that I got it. I comfortably got this. So I'm looking forward towards the challenge of the training next week. I'm looking forward to conquering my fear of just taking more calls and diving into it. I told my trainer, and my trainer name is Aria, and her boss name is Karen. So I told Aria and Karen today, I said, with me taking the 2 calls, I said, I felt like I'm learning how to swim for the first time, and I'm at the pool, and I'm just contemplating on, should I jump in? Should I jump in? Should I jump in? And you know how it is when you're so afraid to jump into the pool to swim for the very first time because you're afraid of drowning. So that's how I felt. But just to know that I have people there, or Aria there, to help me from drowning, I felt comfortable, but I have to realize that she won't always be there. So I do have to develop that know-how when I'm on my own. But getting back to my point, I did tell them that I felt like I was swimming for the very first time, and just diving into that pool of water. Once you dive in and you say, oh, it wasn't that bad after all, I survived. And that's how I felt after the 2 calls. I survived. So Monday, I plan on surviving again. So I look forward to my next week's schedule of training. And I look forward to conquering my fear. And I look forward to working on my weakness, as well as continuing to build up my strength. And I'm taking it month by month by month. So once I reach my 90-day, I'll compare, and what I still have to work on, I'll reset and work on those weaknesses for another 90 days as I continue on building up more of my strength, as well as learning more new things and challenging myself with new challenges that I do have to face, as well as continuing to build up my weakness to make them my strength. With that being said, thanks for listening to the 90-Day Podcast Show. This is Krista Renee. Peace and love. Thanks for listening.